we'll start with the 49ers-Seahawks game. They split in the regular season. Brock Purdy has never lost at Seattle. He's 4-0. Kyle Shanahan, coach of the 49ers, said yesterday Brock doesn't get rattled. Now, what rattles Seahawks fans is the fact that Sam Darnold showed up on the injury report as questionable for Saturday night's game with an oblique injury. He was asked for the percentage that he won't play. He said very low percentage, probably closer to 0. Seahawks fans would like to hear 0. And then the question becomes, what do you do to manage the pain? Does Dr. Needle get involved? Does Dr. Needle accidentally collapse your lung? So it's just reason for concern if you are the Seattle Seahawks and the options behind him. Drew Lock is back, as is Jalen Milroe, the rookie that they really love. And they were making us think there was going to be a Jalen Milroe package, and there wasn't much of one this year. So what's more likely for the Seahawks-49ers game, Michael Holley? Sam Darnold has 2 total touchdowns or 2 total turnovers. He threw for under 200 yards and 0 touchdowns in both regular season games against the 49ers this season. Obviously, they split. They lost 17-13 week 1. They won 13-3 week 18. What's more likely, 2 touchdowns scored or 2 total turnovers?
That takes away one of my – he was going to be in my Show Me Something draft, but we'll move on. Sammy Darnold. I'm going to say what's more likely. This is shocking. 2 touchdowns for Sam Darnold for a couple of reasons. One, I think the Seahawks will not do anything, will not put Darnold in a position and say, hey, win this game for us. But that's probably number 2. Number 1 is this. San Francisco doesn't have the kind of defense. I know what they did last week to Philadelphia. Philadelphia has its own level of dysfunction, had offensive problems all season long, so we should have seen that coming. I don't think San Francisco has the type of defense now with all the injuries. This is different than the beginning of the year when Darnold really struggled against them. I don't think they have the kind of defense to impose their will on the Seahawks and on Sam Darnold. I'm going to go Darnold, 2 touchdowns, more than 2 interceptions.
I am scarred by many things that have happened over the course of the 50 years of having an affinity for the Minnesota Vikings, and I reject the suggestion by other people in our business that we have to be neutral once we get into the business. Those who claim they are neutral are lying, okay? They're lying. They're not neutral. They have a rooting interest somewhere, somehow. The childhood team or someone that they're friends with, they're not watching a game and saying, let's just see what happens. I'm rooting for everyone to have fun. That's baloney. Or maybe they have a bet on the game and they're rooting for that. Either way, they're rooting. So what am I talking about here? Oh, I know from rooting for the Vikings, and I know from my scars, my collection of them, I could be sitting there at the table on the Orca with Quint and Robert, what's his name? The 3 guys, and they're showing all their scars. All my scars would be internal. Richard Dreyfuss, thank you. Roy Scheider and Quint, and singing "Show Me the Way to Go Home." And all my scars are internal. I'm Karate Man. I bleed on the inside. But one of the latest scars is Sam Darnold. Week 18 last year, playoffs last year. If I got to choose between 2 touchdowns or 2 turnovers, you're damn right I'm taking 2 turnovers.
Oh. It's too bad. Too bad. Sam Darnold.
Did you know Karate Man bleeds on the inside?
I did not know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I do know this.
Do you know where that's from? You got to know what that's from.
I don't.
Oh, my gosh. Michael Holley. It's currently on Peacock. Trading Places. Billy Ray Valentine when he's in jail. And the 2 guys who are coming out, he says it's too close to Thanksgiving. God, what is it? It's something about jive turkey, gobbler.
How did I miss
too close to Thanksgiving to be talking like a jive turkey? Yes, Karate Man bleeds on the inside.
And I probably just watched it
because he messed up the cops. He used karate on the cops. And they say if you did all that with the cops, where's all your abrasions? Oh, Karate Man bleeds on the inside. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm disappointed. We like to weave any and all Eddie Murphy references that we can into this. All right. So let's move on to the next game. Texans at the Patriots. I'm hearing from a lot of Patriots fans who are very upset that Chris and I have both picked the Texans to win because they are 100% confident that they're just going to show up and beat the Texans, to which I say, have you watched the Texans play a single game this year? That defense is as good as any of the elite defenses that we have seen propel teams to championships. And just like for those teams, except for the 85 Bears, but think back to like the 2000 Ravens. As the 2000 Ravens were doing it, it wasn't like we're witnessing one of the great defenses of all time. They proved it in the postseason. And then after the dust settled, after the confetti fell, we recognized that defense is so good it can overcome a quarterback who fumbles the ball 5 times. I'm not guaranteeing that the Texans are going to win. I'm just saying if you're a Patriots fan and you are damn certain your team's going to win and they're punching their ticket to the AFC Championship, you are setting yourself up for a massive potential disappointment.
Yeah, and let me give you context. For some Patriots fans, it may be now newer Patriots fans. I don't know where the confidence comes from, but from Patriots fans who go back a little bit, they remember J.J. Watt and the Texans always coming to town with a great reputation, or hey, something. Watch out for the Texans, and the Patriots are always able to get by the Texans. One of the big stories here people bring up all the time in Boston is when the Texans got off the bus and their Letterman's jackets. They had Team Letterman's jackets one time coming into Foxborough.
I remember that. Yep.
And they got the doors blown off of them. So I think that may be related to some of the confidence. I'll tell you what's more likely. Is it under 17 points for the Patriots?
Here we go. What's more likely is Texans over 17 or Patriots under 17? What's more likely?
I'm going to say Patriots under 17. And that's not saying you can't win the game, but you better be prepared to win a brawl. One of these, we talked about it earlier, old black and blue division, 13-10, even 9-7. I really do. I feel like it could be one of those games. So if you can win one of those games, last week you scored under 17 Patriots and won the game. Yeah, you beat up the Chargers 16-3, and you did it with ferocious, relentless defense. The same thing will be required against the Texans. I just don't see a lot of points being scored in this one.
I was stunned that the over-under for the game is 40.5. I really was. And when Chris and I did our joint Mega Picks podcast yesterday and it was time to pick a best bet, because I picked all 4 underdogs to win straight up, I just gravitated toward under 40.5. And I really do think that the over-under number gets inflated by the fact that so many people are inclined to bet the over, because we're all wired now to root for points, touchdowns, fantasy football, this, that. We want points. We don't want low-scoring games. And I'm sure someone's done a study on the percentage of games where the under hits. And I have a feeling, and look, my position on gambling is very well documented, because it's not like the stock market where the rising tide lifts all boats. It's a zero-sum game, and they're trying to get you to bet because they want to take and keep your money, and they don't want to give you their money. So, you always look for the little margins where things are rigged against you. But my guess would be that over time, if you just bet the unders all the time, you probably are going to come out ahead. Because how's this game 40.5 over under?
I'm not surprised by it. I mean, can you see a high scoring game between these teams in the elements too? It's supposed to, you're going to have some snow on Saturday and Sunday.
I think 40.5 is too high. I'm saying I think it's too high.
Okay, still too high.
I took the under. Yeah. I think 40.5 is too high. That's 20 to what, 21-20. I don't think it's going to be 21-20. I think it's going to be like 16-13 at the most.
I can see that. Yep. So I think we both say under 17.
How about this? According to Covers.com, for the entire 25-26 season, 47.8% of all games went under, 52.2 went over. So my theory goes under or over or out the window. Bet the overs. Keep betting the overs. It's a trap. Bet the overs. It's a trap. It's always a trap. Anytime you think it's a trap, it's a trap. When I saw 40.5, I thought it was a trap to get me to bet the under. Not that I'm betting, to pick the under for the Joint Mega Picks podcast because it just seems too high. So, hey, it's got to be under. Yeah, they'll score 50 points each. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, and I didn't give my pick. Not that anyone cares. I think it's more likely the Patriots are under 17 than the Texans are over 17. They had 7 points entering the fourth quarter last week. They had 10 points with 13 minutes left. It wasn't until the dam broke that they ended up with 30 with the 3 touchdowns, 2 of which were defensive touchdowns late in the game. All right, Bills-Broncos, that gets the party started tomorrow afternoon. Last year, the Bills hosted the Broncos in the wild card round, won the game 31-7. This time around, the Broncos, initially the Bills were favored by 1.5. It swung to the Broncos. Last I checked, it's still Denver minus 1.5. What is more likely? James Cook has 110 rushing yards, or the defense of the Denver Broncos allows 90. So it'd be 110 or more for Cook, or the defense 90 or fewer allowed to James Cook. What do you think?
I'm going big James Cook. I'm going James Cook, 110, 115, maybe even 120 for Cook. I think that's how they look. That's their identity. They love to run the ball. I think they're going to be so focused on Josh Allen as they should be. They'll think about Josh Allen when he's in the pocket passing. They'll think about Josh Allen when he has his design runs. And I think James Cook is going to have a day. And even when people gear up for Cook and say, hey, we got to stop him, he's hard to stop. He's an excellent back, and most of the times he touches it, good things happen. So I'm going to go. I'm going to take the over in James Cook.
Yeah, and this gets back to the point we were making earlier. They're more likely to win if he rushes for 110 yards. So let's just rush for 110 yards. The game has to go the way that allows you to do it, but that's going to be a key for the Buffalo Bills. Can the offensive line produce the push? Can James Cook produce the magic that will complement Josh Allen? I think they're going to be so determined to not let Josh Allen Superman his way to a victory that James Cook is going to have to do something. I think it's more likely he's got 110 or more because I think that's the Joe Brady game plan and the commitment they're going to have when they go to Denver and try to outmuscle a Broncos team that is feeling pretty confident, but at some level is still extremely unproven. And it could be that, hey, year one of the Sean Payton program, got a lot of stuff to purge. Got to deal with Russell Wilson and that mistake that they made. Year 2, we get to the playoffs. Year 3, we're the 1 seed. Year 4, we don't have any of the Russell Wilson dead money weighing us down. They're on the upward trajectory, even if it comes to an end tomorrow. Because I don't know what you think about the game. I think the Bills are going to win.
I agree with you. Yeah, I got the Bills winning this one too.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.